Hi gamers, it's me, your girl, Vinny Lily, and right now you might be experiencing this feeling. Oh, Vinny, where were you? You just kind of disappeared off the face of the earth. Why are you playing with my feelings like this?
You're tearing me apart!
Vinny.
Okay, well, I didn't really declare anything, but it was an unspoken rule that I should have respected. So here I am, coming back with, the Speedart. And the thing is, I almost didn't upload this Speedart. Now, I could easily tell you why I almost didn't upload this Speedart, but instead, I want to go ahead and watch the video with you guys and break it down so you guys can understand my stages of grief. That's right, I had stages of grief. So without further ado, let's go ahead and check out the vid. Alright, hi guys. Hi. It's me, Vinny Lily. It's been a while. Yeah. And here I thought I'll show you how I color things. Oh no. Okay. So as you can see here, I am actually doing line art, or I'm editing the line art. And that's only because I kept messing up and there was still little lines that needed working. Now if you see me painting dots on the screen right now, that's mostly because for some reason God forsaked me, and I thought to myself, why don't I teach people how to color things? As if people don't understand how to color things. Oh, bless my heart, bless my heart. So basically this was a commission actually that somebody paid me to do. And the thing is, for some reason I was in an artistic rut. For like, this drawing could have taken me so much less time, and it didn't. Like, while I was going through this commission, I was having some struggles with myself, and it was frustrating for me. It was honestly really hard because I was very ambitious. I wanted to get back on YouTube again, and not for my own personal gain. That's also the thing that I was struggling, is that when I was younger, I had this problem, or I guess I had this wrong mindset, because everybody wants to get on YouTube and everyone wants to have fame or something like that. But in reality, after reevaluating myself, I realized that is not my goal. Like, fame would be nice, but not for the reasons that, a typical person would want it. Like, oh, my name is known. It's more like I would like to have a platform that allows me to encourage people, and that allows me to show other people it's okay to mess up. It's okay to be imperfect, because if I'm looking at myself right now, whoo-wee. Oh my. Like, right now, as I'm looking, there's some mistakes that I do, but as you can tell, it already happened. While, I'm coloring the skin, that my layering technique, while it's good in some ways, it's also best to think ahead, because, as much as I love the selection tool can leave some little stragglers. Basically, these tiny dots that you see, maybe normal people won't see it, but experienced artists will see those dots. You may think that we won't, but we're so used to trying to look for nitty-gritty details that we won't call you out, but it will be noticed. Gosh. During this whole entire drawing process, I started this artwork like 2-3 weeks ago, and it's surprising how long I took for this art piece. And I think that's when I really hit a learning curve, because as you guys could tell, back in my prime, when I was still going to school, I was able to pump out like videos, boom, 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 like left and right, oh. But for some reason, now that I'm not going to school anymore, right, I'm taking a gap year, and everything, all parts of me just kind of slowed down. And for a long time, I didn't like that. I didn't like that I was being so slow with my art and my productivity, and gosh, it just really took me in for a trip, because I really wanted to upload stuff. Like, I really wanted to upload my art because I know people like seeing it, and I really wanted to like upload more content for you guys on Instagram. But for some reason, like my hand, my body, it just didn't want to work with me. My mind was ready to work, but my body was just kind of faltering. And I think I have discovered something new about me, and I really think that it was just the mindset that I had. I was kind of lost because, well, I just got out of school because my entire life I was kind of raised a certain way. Basically, you finish high school, you go to college. Good on you. But I really took a big step for myself. You know, I really just told myself it's better if I wait. You know, with the pandemic and everything, I personally don't want to go to college while this mess is happening. I'm gonna go next year, but not during right now. It's also with the fact that I felt like I was in a rush, and while my dad likes to remind me that I'm taking life too slow, I just felt like it was just too fast for me. Like, to think that, you know, I stopped going to high school, and now it's time to be an adult, and it's time to be going to college and taking responsibility for yourself. I think that would really hinder myself, especially because I really needed this some time to like discover who I am and why I want to pursue art. Because, you know, it's like, oh, I want to pursue art because it's what I always wanted to do. But it's really just taking this time off academically for both my mental health and just for self-discovery. Like, is this really what I want to do? Or is there something else I want to become passionate for? Like, recently, I've gotten a new interest for music. Here's a little teaser. I am working on a song. I will post this on the channel. Don't know when, but I might just drop it on ya. And hopefully, no, I know it will be bars. So, you know, taking this one bit at a time. Now, let's go ahead and talk about the actual art piece. So, other than me feeling mentally strained, I basically had this mentality like, oh, this is tiresome. Oh, this is taking forever. And usually my client at the time didn't really want to make me I don't know if he was just really patient. I mean, bless my client's heart, he was really kind and understanding, and you know, he kept giving me encouragement, and it was just, I really appreciated that, because sometimes I really do needed that encouragement. But you should be self-motivated to finish a drawing, you know, whether somebody paid you or whether you just set that goal onto yourself. This art piece, I guess it tested all of my limits. It really pushed me, because during this time I really wanted to start, you know, growing my YouTube channel. I really wanted to start growing, you know, who I am as a person on the internet. And it was really just this speed art. It was just this speed art that was hindering me. And it was fascinating. It's fascinating to me now because I'm done with it and I can finally say, oh, I'm done. But, you know, as I'm looking at this speed art right now, I can kind of tell where some things are messier. Like, some parts of the speed art are messier and other things are more refined. And I can't stress this enough to you guys. Please do not stay up to draw, to finish a drawing, or to continue working. I think sleep is so crucial for art, and here's why. While I was trying to finish up this art piece, I kept telling myself, I could stay up till 3 a.m. Yeah, let's stay up till 3 a.m. I can stay up a whole day. I can finish it in a whole day. I promise. And this just kind of led to a self-sabotaging behavior where it was like, I told myself that if I work hard enough and if I, you know, starve myself of sleep, I can work better. You can't tell because, you know, it's just a speed art, but my focus and the rate that I was working at was significantly slower than when I actually had a pretty decent night of sleep and I actually was able to rest well, because most of the time I would stay up and I wouldn't be working on my art piece. I would just goof off and look at some YouTube videos. And that, you know, it's really irritating because, you know, you told yourself, I'm gonna do this. But what I lack is sleep and self-discipline. See, because I know that I'm done with this art. Like, I'm mentally and physically done with this art, so I don't really want to focus on it too much. Therefore, I just I start drifting off to sleep, or I start drifting off to different directions because I'm not focused. I'm not buckled in, ready for the ride, because sleep, it just overall helps you like focus, it helps your attention span, it helps you retain information easier. It just makes you feel a lot better if you're well rested than if you just stayed up the whole entire night. Also, if you notice that, like, I reshaded the hair after I already shaded the hair, that's because I lost progress. Yes, oh my gosh, I lost progress on this piece of work. And that was so disheartening. But I kept going. And originally, I actually blamed my father for this. Oh, like, oh, it's your fault that I lost this progress. But, ladies and gentlemen, here's something you should take away from this video. I know, like, majority of people, everybody's relationship with their parent is different. And the way how I kind of deal with my father is that I like to be really aggressive with him because he's aggressive with me. Now that's not his fault. It's he's Mexican and he speaks in his native tongue. He speaks Spanish to me, and his Spanish is actually really naturally, so it's naturally kind of, it's like, whoa, are you mad? Are you angry? Are you upset? It naturally makes you feel kind of scared, and it makes you feel kind of like, whoa, am I saying something wrong? But in reality, that's just how my dad talks. So I normally feel like this aggressive feeling towards him, but I have been reflecting, and I've been watching a bunch of videos on YouTube lately of how to like rein yourself in, because it's so easy to let out or lash out. Like, oh, it was your fault that I like lost my work, but I had to like really sit there in the moment and think to myself, was it really my dad's fault or was it my fault? Because as much as it would have felt to blame him for my mistake, I really had to own up to it. I had to say, no, it wasn't his fault. In fact, I apologized to him, and you know, he was getting on my case, but I just quickly explained to him that it's not his fault and it was my fault, even though I was trying to cast the blame on him, because accountability is something that we should grow. You know, we often like to blame others for our misfortune or blame others for why we aren't successful in life, and in reality it's really just us. And when I lost that progress for my art, I really just, I felt disheartened, but I kept going because I was too far invested in this video, too far invested in the speed art to just say, well, I'm gonna throw in the towel and I'm not gonna work on it no more. Nope. I was too invested to finish this art than to just leave it and to just stop the speed art. Because, you know, I know that a lot of people, or at least for my case, I watch speed arts to learn how like some artists draw, or how some artists shade their things. And so I know that this isn't really like my typical speed art, but it's kind of what I went through. If you can see here, this was when I started getting good sleep. When I started, you know, going to sleep around 12 p.m., 1 a.m., 11 p.m., I started to think more. I started to concentrate more. I started to think more rationally, because this was a very detailed drawing. And I would like to admit that I was underpaid for this work, because this was very detailed. I should have charged more, but ignore that. But this was a very detailed piece and I should have charged more. But you know, once you make the sale final, that is what they pay you. That is on you to make. That is for you to set. You know, you set this much to pay, and if they don't agree to pay to it, then I guess they're not gonna get a drawing from you. I could do a video on, you know, your worth as a artist and how to price yourself based on your work ethic or style and how you feel about drawing in general. But for now, I was basically underpaid for this, and it was just with the mentality of, instead of being like, oh, I'm making this drawing because, you know, the client paid me to make him and his wife, you know, in-game characters, instead of looking at it as if like, oh wow, I'm giving back to people who want art from me. I'm looking at it as if I'm kind of resentful. No, I was just kind of loathing it, like, wow, this person didn't pay me enough, but that's because that wasn't on the person, that was because of me. Because there's a difference in trying to grab enough money, or as much money as you can, and really being paid for quality stuff that you know you can produce if you were paid the right amount. Because I agree, you know, if you're gonna start as an artist, you should price yourself low. But the thing is, I haven't done commissions a lot, so I was just kind of had like this mentality that, oh yeah, I'll do a quick drawing for this much. But thankfully, due to this, I kind of learned how valuable my time is, and how valuable, like, just how valuable, you know, having your own time to just do the things that you want to do and not work on somebody else's, you know, stuff. And that's really just the breadwinner right there. Because if once you know how precious your time is, you're gonna charge more, because you're gonna be wanting to do all these projects, all these art things for you. And if somebody wants to pay you to take time out of your day to make them something they want, they're going to have to pay you what you see fit. While maybe you can swindle down a little bit, it's better if you get a price that you're happy with. Now don't go and blasting up your prices up to like 80, 70 just because you feel entitled to do so. No. It's use logic, you know, like compare yourself to other artists, and compare your art in a healthy manner. Be like, can I sell my work for this much? How easy is it for you to produce your artwork? And, you know, just study other commission sheets, see what they do, and then look it for yourself. If you know that, you know, your art is like cute enough, it's not really advanced, but it, you know, it's good, aesthetically pleasing to the eye, then by all means go for it. Because you really could just sell your art, no matter on what level you are on. You can always sell it. The right pitch, and I think you can secure the bag. But as you can see here, I was very determined. And when I finally got over this learning curve, that, you know, I finally understood like what I wanted to do with my art, what I wanted to do for you guys, it clicked in my mind, and it's like boom, 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 boom. I started working faster because my work ethic changed. Not because I wanted to be done with this drawing, but because if I finish this project, if I finish this commission, I'll be able to do things that I want to do in the future, and I'll be able to grow myself as a person more. And it's really about the mindset. Because while I was just in the beginning of this drawing, I was just kind of like, oh yay, I got money. While I mean, I'm not really a greedy person, believe me, I'm very humble, but I was just kind of surprised by the large surplus of money, and I guess I didn't really handle it well. But I'm still growing and I'm learning as a person, so I'm not going to be too hard on myself. However, I am going to walk away from this experience knowing that I grew as a person. And as you can tell, you can see 2 times actually that the hand has been pointed out that the hand is too small for the man. And it pains me, but even I have to acknowledge it. For me, I don't see it as small, but I guess because I have been working on the art piece for a while, it seems like it's fine to me, but it's also because I just want to be done with this ordeal. And if I could go back and make that arm bigger, I would, but it's just, I mean, it's a small detail, but it's kind of like once you see it, it's kind of there. Regardless of that, I'm very proud of this drawing, very proud. And the reason why I'm so proud of this is because while it can look like all the other drawings I have on in my gallery or on my Instagram, this Speedart tells a story. Like, if you watch this video to its entirety, there was a story to be told. And in the tone of my voice, you can tell that I'm truly satisfied with this piece. I know I did a bunch of mistakes. I don't think you guys noticed, but with my embellishment, the golden embellishment, that was supposed to be metallic, and it's not, because I accidentally merged all my layers and I messed up. I accidentally merged my layers and I could not for the life of me like find any way to make it metallic without making the dress look weird. And it really just comes down to sacrifices and time, because, you know, sometimes you have to give up some things or some details that you would have liked to add, but in the end it saves time if you just, you know, accept that this happened, that this isn't gonna work, and you just keep going. And, you know, I know a lot of speed arts I've seen a lot of speed arts, and, you know, it's like, well, I guess we do want to seem like we're put together, right? We want to be like, oh yes, I'm the artist that is well known, and I know how to color my shit, I know how to color my hair, admire me. And, well, not everyone is like that, but figuratively speaking, I'm just saying that, you know, I'm proud of this art piece. And do I regret editing this, putting it out to internet? I probably will regret it for the moment, but I know in the long run, if I ever need to look back at myself, I can look back at my mistakes and I can see what I did good and what I did wrong. And, you know, I think looking at speed arts for yourself, if you're an artist and you want to post on YouTube, just go for it. Just go for it. Because if no one pays attention to your art, and, you know, that's a sad thing, but if nobody pays attention to your art, the good thing is that YouTube will save that speed art. And if you ever feel lost, like you lost your art style or anything, you can just look back and you can see, oh, that's how I shaded hair. Oh, that's how I shaded skin. Oh, that's how I did my drawings. It's kind of like a self-reflecting moment that you could do at any given time just by looking back at the history of your videos. And, you know, I'm very happy that my friends and my client were so supportive of me, because I was going through the rut. It was a struggle to actually pull myself together, sit down in this chair, and say, I'm gonna finish this drawing. I'm gonna finish this drawing tonight. And hopefully this video was as encouraging to you as it was to me. And understand that, you know, we don't have to always put up this perfect persona or this perfect artist, when it's okay to show some of the weird bald heads that you have in your sketch phase. It's okay to have like distorted arms and everything because you don't know how the arm looks. It's okay to be imperfect, and it's okay to not be flawless. I think the beauty of people is that we're all flawed, and what makes us strong is that we accept those flaws and we just keep walking with our head up. I was jumping out of my chair in joy when I finished this drawing. Let me tell you, I celebrated this. And you should too. If you ever finish a drawing, celebrate yourself. Give yourself a pat on the back, give yourself a hug, and tell yourself you did it. You actually did it. And, you know, it may be weird, but it will feel good if you keep doing it. Because, you know, not everyone's gonna celebrate you. And sometimes you have to celebrate yourself. You know, be your own cheerleader first before anyone else can be. This was Vinny Lily. I hope you enjoyed my video. If you like it, you can watch my old speed arts. Those don't have my voice though, so don't get too excited. But hopefully you guys could take away from this, you know, a lesson or two. Take care of yourselves, drink water, sleep well, all that motherly stuff. And I will try to upload on a consistent schedule. I'm gonna hold myself accountable for that. So look up for more videos often on a schedule. Once I arrange that schedule, I will let you guys know on my social media platforms. Alright? Take care. Subscribe if you really want to. And, you know, if you want to join me on this journey, and come walk with me. Alright. Bye everyone. Bye.